signs, light and shadow energy. I don't know who's going to come out. Look at that. Pisces trying to show their head already. Just going to get into some light and shadow energy for somebody that may be needing a message for this week. I'm just going to pull any card. So let's do, my energy is pulling me toward the Leo. Leo, you are the one and you are first. So let's get into the message that you may need to hear. I still haven't really thought about if I'm going to do tarot on this one, but let's get into the light energy for this week for you, Leo. Energy. There we go. When something has fallen on the floor, that means it's very deep. You know, when it falls on the floor for me, it is deep. So, Leo, in your light energy, there's compassion here. You have compassion and understanding, and you're highly trustworthy in this energy. So if you are surrounded by a Leo, or if you are dealing with a Leo, just know that in their light energy, they are compassionate, understanding, and trustworthy. This is the energy that they are in. Now, this card actually fell on the floor. We also have an energy of Leo, you wanting to operate in abundance, opportunity, and you are highly resourceful. So that fell on the floor. To me, that tells me a lot when it falls on the floor. It's like, hey, be on the lookout for this because this is very important to this message, and it's very significant to the messages that I am reading when the cards fall on the floor. Let me see in the shadow energy. What does Leo need to hear in their shadow energy? I won't do the tarot portion this time. I'm just going to strictly stick with the actual oracle energy. Ooh. In your shadow energy, Leo, you have the ability to not be fair. Maybe take justice in your own hand and seek revenge. I don't know if you have a healthy balance or respect for laws with this energy coming out in reverse. It definitely feels like you are the person that sometimes you have to bump your head a few times to learn your lesson, and karma in situations really do catch up to you because the situations that you find yourself in, you have the propensity to bring them on yourself, or you want justice yourself instead of allowing the universe to get justice for you. So if you are in the energy of a Leo, or if you are a Leo, you might resonate with this message. Just know that in this energy, it feels like you need to let justice handle Lady Justice handle the energy of justice. Stop trying to take things into your own hand, but also know that the light energy of Leo is abundance, opportunity. They're very resourceful, compassionate, understanding, and trustworthy. So that is Leo's energy. We are going to move on. We don't want an hour video like the last one. So I'm pulling a card. My energies tell me the top one. Capricorn, Capricorn, this one is for you. So let's get into the light and shadow energy that you need to know about your Capricorn. Like I said, we're going to just stick to the oracle cards this time because last time the videos was way too long. The messages come out. Sometimes they don't even make sense to me, so I have to go in deeper to interpret them. Capricorn. So Capricorn, in this energy, you are prosperous, generous, and successful. Like we know you are. We know that Capricorns in their highest vibration are definitely hard workers. They are driven. They are bound to succeed with their determination. So if you are surrounded by a Capricorn right now, or if you're a Capricorn, just know that in this energy, it feels very prosperous and generous. Let's go to the shadow side. And it came out in reverse as well. So Capricorn, so I feel like in this energy, like I said, it did come out in reverse. You are in an energy to where you don't want to share your success with anybody. Like you're not in the mood to collaborate. Perhaps either you feel like it will decrease your talent. Maybe you feel like you're not recognized enough with this energy being in reverse. So just know if you are connecting with a Capricorn that they have they're in an energy to where they know their worth and they're really not going to acknowledge anybody lesser than them, or they don't need anybody that's lesser than them. So maybe you might feel that a Capricorn looks down on you at times because you don't have their talent and you feel like they should be pulling you up. A Capricorn knows that they are generous in their own way, but they'll never see you as an equal because they work so hard for what they have. So just know if you're dealing with a Capricorn in this energy, this is what is coming out for them. Okay. Who is next? Pisces. Let me push the energy over. Like I said, I want this to be really quick. If you see this on the replay, thank you. If you drop down, thank you so much. But this is just a quick live of the energy check with the signs. Pisces. All right, Pisces. So your light energy has come out in reverse, but we're going to interpret what's going on. Okay. So it did come out in reverse. So self-doubt and confusion. I don't feel like this is for you. I feel like you're more confident and you are seeing things clear. You're doing what you want to do in this energy. So this energy is of Pisces releasing. If you are surrounded by a Pisces, just know that they're doing their own thing. They won't be held back anymore. Let's see. What is in your shadow energy? The shadow energy is education and focus. So I do feel like Pisces in this energy, you could be all over the place. Maybe you are not like really educating yourself on situations. You're just kind of popping up, popping in just to see what's going on. You're not really that focused because you are doing your own thing. And so if you notice that your Pisces is just all over the place, just like let them have it. They're doing their thing. They're trying to live their best life right now, trying to do what makes sense for them. So just let them have it. That's Pisces energy right now. Let's move on to the next. Libra. All right, give me some light energy for Libra. What is the person watching this? What do they need to know about what is going on with Libra, or what does Libra need to know about what's going on with them in this energy? Ooh, Libra, ego. So the ego is in reverse. Your ego is not standing out in your light energy. You are more or less letting other people take the lead. So whereas a lot of people might see that you can be a little bit delusional or have illusions in this energy, this is not true for you. It did come out in reverse. So you have put your ego to the side. Perhaps you have put your pride to the side and you are seeing things clearly. So if you are looking at this Libra and you're like, I don't know, because Libras sometimes can shapeshift. Let's be honest about that. But in this energy, it's saying no. They are saying how they truly feel. They are independent. They are confident. They're focused on tangible things, not just luxury and material things. They are really focused on down to earth things, things that really make sense for them. So they're in their vibration of education and understanding. Their ego is to the side. They're taking their pride out of a situation to see it clearly. Everything is clear. There is no illusions here. And that's a Libra in their highest energy right now. Let's see some shadow energy for Libra. Okay, there we go. Shadow energy. So shadow energy is that you are decisive and you are confronting things head on. There is no confusion here. So you might notice that a Libra is a little bit more aggressive because they have a complete understanding about what is going on. They're not holding back. And we know we're kind of used to Libras kind of straddling the fence because of the scales. They want to have balance. No, not in this situation. So if you are surrounded by Libra, just know if you ask them a question or if you say something to them, you're going to get the answer to everything you want to hear. So just be very careful because sometimes people get put off and hurt because they're not used to that kind of energy from Libras. Okay. Next, Sagittarius. I was in love with the Sagittarius. Let's see. Shift the energy. Like this is going to be a quick one. What's in the light energy for Sagittarius? Ooh, that came right on out. So at this time, Sagittarius, it feels like you are organized. If you are surrounded by Sagittarius, they are being organized, they're being responsible, and very supportive to the ones that they love. So we are used to Sagittarius at times talking more than they listen and kind of being all about what they're doing. But in this energy, you have a good supportive friend, a good listener, a person that will give you their best advice, honest opinion, and really mean it. They're really being supportive in this energy. Shadow energy. So the shadow energy did come out in reverse for you, Sag. And so it says, in this energy, I do feel like with the challenge and determination being in reverse, you're just kind of going with the flow. You're being that supportive partner to somebody else. You're not really thinking about your goals and what you're trying to do. You're really trying to be a friend to someone else. So if you are around the Sagittarius in this energy, you don't know if you can trust them and you don't know what's going on. Just know that they have your best interest at hand because they really want to be supportive. They're putting their goals or their focus to the side to really help you. Usually Sagittariuses are very determined, they're very free-willed, and they like their independence. But if you notice that they're hanging around more, it's really coming from the heart in this energy with the Sagittarius. So their shadow energy is like they don't want the conflict. They're not looking out for they're not determined to get anything from you. They don't want to challenge you. You know, Sagittariuses love a good debate because they will win because they do their research extensively in their highest vibration. But they're coming to you as a friend and they're putting their pride aside. They don't want to fight. They just want to be the supportive, responsible person that they can be for you. That's our Sag energy. Taurus. What do we have for Taurus? Let's do a quick shuffle for Taurus. See what we got for Taurus's light and shadow energy. Taurus. That was quick. And thank you for the likes, by the way. Okay, so Taurus. So in your light energy, I feel like you've kind of taken a step back from entertaining opportunities here. So the opportunity, the creativity, maybe you don't have any drive right now or taking action, you're kind of digging in your heels. Taurus right now in your vibration is just, are you gonna be mad at me if I say it feels like you're just being content? I don't want to say lazy, just being content with what you have and what you are doing. You don't need anything extra. So if you are in a Taurus's energy right now, just know that they're probably not going to try to fight you, battle with you. Maybe you're used to that friend kind of building you up, but Tauruses right now they're doing their own thing. They may want their own peace. They may want their own space, so just let them have their space. So they're not willing to really come together and do anything big right now. So Tauruses are truly in their comfort. Let's see. Let's see what's in the shadow energy for Taurus. Okay. Okay, again, and it came out in reverse. So in your shadow energy, you are being a little bit selfish in the shadow energy. Perhaps you are just overthinking your own situation. You don't really have time for any other person's situation or anybody around you. Again, Tauruses in their highest vibration are really good friends. They will listen. They are the friends that don't necessarily judge you and you really don't know all their problems, but they know a lot of yours. But in this situation, they're doing themselves. So they're kind of closed off, being with who they want to be with. Maybe the other people around them are close to them and really intimate with them right now, but you as a friend or you as a person that know them and knows how usually how outgoing and how what's the word the life of the party or how fun they can be, you're not experiencing that. But that's because they're kind of in their like little hermit session right now. They moved away from everything. They're doing their lives. They're being more open to the people in their inner circles, like in their personal lives, rather than if you are a work friend or if you are somebody like an acquaintance. So if you notice that, just give them their space. Tauruses, they will come back, but sometimes they need their space too because they could have a lot going on that they're trying to sort out in their head or in their situation, and they just don't want to tell you about it. So if you notice distance from Taurus, just leave them alone. Don't push them. Aries. Aries is next. I think we have 4 more signs. What do we have for Aries? What is in the light energy for our Aries? Give me something for Aries, please. Renewal. Okay, so Aries in your light energy right now. I feel like Aries is highly in an energy where they're trying to reflect and they're even evaluating themselves. What? So there's something here that you are trying to give, like it feels like give birth to, for lack of better words. So a rebirth, you're reinventing yourselves is what I'm looking for. You're reinventing yourself. You might see Aries right now, they're trying to do things a little bit different. They're really taking note of how maybe they approach situations or how they deal with situations. They're reflecting, and that energy is really honest. Maybe you've heard it before from them and you're just like, oh, this is really true to their energy right now. They really want to be a better person. Maybe they notice something going on in their life that they don't like, and they're not necessarily going to tell you because, like, really, who are you? They're not going to tell you. But if you see the energy of them trying to really change in their life, they really do mean that. They're really trying to rebuild and maybe not necessarily throw away what has worked for them, but it's going to be a little bit different. So that energy is true to them. They're reflecting, they're taking evaluations of themselves, and they're going to be reborn because they're rebranding their situation. Let's get into shadow energy for Aries. What is in your shadow energy? Okay, it came up. That's right. So shadow energy is, so because Aries are definitely, they are the leader, they are the ram, but they are highly sensitive, okay? So if you approach them on a situation that they're really trying to work on, you and you say the wrong thing, you might kind of feel that they are a little bit snippy or very sensitive about the situation. And that's in their shadow energy. They can be overly sensitive. As much as they can be outspoken and honest, when you try to critique them or tell them something in this energy, it feels like they are really probably going to say something emotional back to you. But their heart is really open. They really have heard you. They're trying to follow their intuition, but let them do it on their own time. They don't want you to point out their flaws. They don't want you to point out what is not working for them or how they changed. They know what they have to do. So in their shadow energy, it's like if you try to give them advice or if you try to pour out your heart to them or say something to them, the shadow energy here is that they might lead with their emotions more. So just, tread lightly when you're talking to Aries or when you're trying to criticize an Aries, okay? Okay. Who's next? Gemini. Is it Gemini season? Gemini. We're almost done. Gemini. Got a piece of hair on me. Okay. What do we have for light energy for our Gemini? Happy birthday to all the Geminis. It's your season. There we go. So it did come out in reverse. But Gemini, here you are in your highest vibration. Okay. So I feel like you're on your grown person swag here. Like you're not thinking about the past, you're not thinking about the memories anymore. You're going out and you're doing your thing. So this is very representative to your season because, of course, we're in your birthday season. So I'm sure a lot of you are going out and having fun. Geminis can be so much fun in their highest vibration. They love to mix and mingle. They love to be the life of the party when it's about them, but they also can sit back and watch you. So if Gemini is watching you, they are really analyzing everything you do, and they can really come up with a good analysis about who you are and what you stand for. But in this energy, I feel like, look, you're out there, you're having fun, you're going out there being spontaneous and mixing and mingling. And so definitely shouts out to the Gemini. Happy birthday to the Gemini. Make sure you celebrate and turn up with them. What's shadow energy? Lovers. So, because it is your birthday, it's your birthday. I feel like maybe relationships are not at the top of your list right now. Like, look, you're going out, you're having fun. So, in the shadow energy, relationships, they're just not working. You're not into being too emotional with anybody. You're just trying to be lighthearted and fun, and you're reducing the options. So if somebody had access to you, and just know that the lovers is Gemini's energy, so it's showing up heavy here. But just know if you had access to a Gemini and they are closed off to you, they're doing their own thing. So just come back. Like it's like that meme. If she get a haircut, just forget about it. If you see her out with her friends, or if you see him out with his friends, just go away. Just forget about it. So that's the energy here. So if you notice that your Gemini is not being as lovey-dovey or as wanting to be together as they usually are, it's because they're doing their thing and they're not really trying to put a relationship at as their highest priority right now. They're having fun. You know, it's their season. Let them rock. All right. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. Let's get into some light and shadow energy for Scorpio. Well, that came out right away, so I'm going to acknowledge that. Already in the light energy, Scorpio, what's going on? I feel turbulence. It feels a little turbulent. We're going to acknowledge the energy that came out. Okay, so Scorpio, in your energy, I feel like you're focused on prosperity, obviously, and you're trying to be more content with what you have right now. So you could be celebrating as well because there's things that you have accomplished or you find yourself finally doing that you always wanted to do. So that is in your light energy. You're focused on being prosperous. Let me get another card out though. This is for light energy for Scorpio as well, because I'm feeling like two different energies here. So this is in the light energy too. So, you know, Scorpios in this season, in this energy, it's like, no, there's no more charity. There's no more being generous. There's no more just giving, just no more of abundance. Like you're going to pay me. Like if anybody's going to get anything out of this, I'm going to get something first. So if you notice that a Scorpio is not as generous, or they're not as not taking care of you financially, or they're not as open to helping you, just know that this is the season for them. They're in their own little world, doing their own little thing. No more charity right now. No more giving freely. Like you're going to pay like you weigh in this season for them, or in this energy. But let me get into some shadow energy really quick. I think we have two more signs. Shadow energy, shadow energy. So again, a shadow energy, it's very indicative to what we already said. There's like they're not investing. It did come out in reverse. They're not willing to be open to any ideas that you may have. You could be like, oh, Scorpio, I know you're determined, you're strong-willed. I got this great business idea. How about, they're like, no. How about not? How about you do you and I'll do me? Or how about you make it pop first and then I'll see if I want to invest in you? But in this season, I feel like right now in this energy, don't ask Scorpio to invest, to look at your projects, to go halvesies on you. Don't expect them to have too much patience. If they tell you no once, just back away. You don't want this problem. But they're not in a energy to where they're willing to be open to things. And I mean, this could be relationships too. I feel like this has a lot to do with, of course, coins and money and stability. Like they're focused on their own stability. But this definitely is with relationships too. They could be more closed off, more impatient than they've ever been. You've never seen them like this because they're trying to get themselves together and they don't want to be distracted by small problems when like the small problems, because Scorpios will fight to the death for you. So if they have been there before to where they were willing to destroy themselves for a situation that maybe they created just off the strength of you created, and they were willing to destroy themselves in that situation just to help you, right now they're doing their own thing. So they're not going to just come off the bench to help you. You're used to them being a highly self-sacrificing. Not in this season, not in this energy. They're investing in themselves. They are focused on them. They have no patience. They have no tolerance. If you want something from them, have it all lined out, have it all planned, and tell them what they are going to get out of it, and make sure you give them what they need to get out of the situation. Okay? That is for Scorpio. Did we go through 12 signs? Okay. Who is this? Uh-oh. It didn't want to come up. Cancer. Cancer. So let's move this energy out the way. Cancer. So Cancer, you're next. Let's see. Let's get into some light and shadow energy for Cancer. What does Cancer need to know, or people around Cancer, what do they need to know? Right out, and it came out in reverse. So here we have Cancer. Disappointment and regret. I feel like you don't have any disappointments or regret. And you're not in a season of forgiveness right now either. Bygones are bygones. Now, Cancers, they like to hold on to things, but not in this season. They said it's up and it's stuck. So let's see what. So if you're trying to shame or make a Cancer feel disappointed because they are not around, or you're trying to do something to them to make them regret losing you, they don't care. It is what it is. Peace. So let's see what is in the shadow energy though for Cancer. Shadow energy for Cancer. Okay. So I feel like you are depending on people, Cancer, that you trust. So in this shadow energy, because it came out in reverse, I almost want to say, I don't want to say you're being frugal. I want to say that you're just kind of trying to maintain what you already have. That's how I feel. So in this energy, you have to be a little bit more dependent on others. So if you are close to a Cancer, you know that they are depending on the people that they actually feel like they can depend on. They are moving away, and they're trying to get more into an energy of who they can truly trust. But in their light energy and the energy that's standing out more, it feels like they're just like, kind of like, you know what, there's no forgiveness here. I don't regret not being a part of your circle, or I don't regret our breakup. It's just over. I'm more focused on the people that are going to pour into me. I'm going to pour into those people. I'm not going to be bothered with people that don't see my worth or my value. I do want to clarify the energy of the shadow energy, because I feel like there's a little bit more there. I almost feel like you're tired of trying to prove who you are, Cancer. You're tired of trying to show a person or people that you are worth it. So if these people don't see it, then you're just like, fine. So, okay, here you go, Cancer. So, in addition to in your shadow energy, are you trying to find your inspiration again? Are you trying to find your charisma? You're trying to be innovative in this shadow energy. And this is what people are not seeing, that you're working hard. You're almost like it's like you're fighting for your life to be who you are and be that individual that you know you can be. Like you're trying to, maybe it could be a business, it could be just being better in relationships, being better as a parent, being better as a friend to people that are close to you. So you're trying to gain all this back. This is in your shadow energy, but you're trying to be focused more on yourself. And outwardly, it's showing up as like, forget everybody. I can't stand, what's going on. But I'm not crying over spilled milk. Let bygones be bygones. And now I'm more focused on trying to build me. And maybe that means solo, and that's fine. I want to see one more energy for this light energy. We need an energy for Cancer. So I feel like the energy for you in the Five of Swords also is just you're worn out. You've overdone it. You've overextended yourself. You could be fatigued, tired, stressed out, dehydrated, um, having anxiety, just really burnt out from situations. And you are really showing up that way. But also in your shadow energy, it's like you're going to figure out, you'll figure it out because cancers, you always figure it out and you'll figure out what's going to work best for you and you'll just go with it. But for some reason, you overworked yourself, overdid it, overplayed your hand, overplayed opportunities. And as a result of this situation, you kind of have some resentment, but you are rebuilding. You are trying to correct it personally with yourself, and then you'll just go from there. What else? Why do I feel Cancer's energy so strongly? Dang. What is in this? What else is in the shadow energy? So, with the shadow energy, the crossroads, you are at a crossroads. You had to make a difficult decision. So if you see a Cancer, you're around them, you see things just don't seem right, they're not being themselves. They have a lot going on internally. Cancers have, they're water signs, so they can be highly emotional. So their moods can change quickly. But in this energy, I just feel like they just need to figure out who they are again. And that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to reclaim who you are so you can get out there and be that fun, loving, generous, confident person that you portray to the world. But there is a lot going on around you. Give me another energy for Cancer. Cancer, why is it so heavy now? So, Cancer, it looks like the advice here is just to stay focused here. Victory is coming for you, but of course, it's not without competition or it's not without you having to stand up for yourself. There's going to be some battles you're going to have to fight on the way, Cancer. Certainly, you're going to have to fight some battles, but victory is coming, and you're going to have public and private success. After this disappointment, after whatever you've gone through in this situation, something good is going to come out of it, but you have to stick with it, and you definitely have to be more focused on you and stop trying to be everywhere and do everything for everyone. Again, that fatigue is coming out again. Fatigue, burnt out, drained, needing to rest, not having time for yourself. That's what's coming out in the energy. You overgiving, overplaying your hand. Now you're fighting battles. That battle could be depression, maybe financial battles, even health issues because of you overdoing it. Yeah. So maybe at this point you're crying over spilled milk. You just want to focus on family because there's you haven't received what you put in, you haven't received back not even half of what you put in, maybe not even one fourth. You definitely have been, you feel like you've been taken advantage of in a situation. Let me do one more energy. It's just really heavy. Yeah, there's so many things that you put first. You have a lot of priorities, but you put other situations first, and it's really eating at you now. I feel like you almost feel guilty for all the things that you've done, for putting situations first when you could have put yourself first, when you could have did your own thing. You put other situations first out of loyalty, and now this disappointment is heavy. Now it's like I gotta get away from people. I gotta, okay, I learned from this situation. I have no regrets, but I'm never doing this again. I don't need you. I'll do it by myself. And you're searching for truth right now, and you're going to come out on top. The energy that I'm feeling here is you are going to come out on top, have those fresh ideas, abundance. Maybe it's going to be some delayed gratification because you're going through a lot and you have to rebuild, but everything happens in divine order, and you just have to learn from these mistakes, Cancer. You're just too generous to people, too nice, too loving, too caring, and too loyal. So let's go to the last sign. Sorry, if there's a message, like I said, I got to get it out. I won't even be able to sleep. Shoot. Aquarius, did I do 12 signs already? I hope I did. I think I did 12. You know what I didn't? I didn't see. Did I do Virgo? Virgo. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, dang. Okay, I didn't do Virgo. My bad. So, actually, the last one will be Virgo. Okay. So, Aquarius. What is Aquarius's light energy? Boom. So in your light energy, oh Aquarius. So I feel like in your light energy, you're not really coming out with anything fresh right now. What's up with that? This energy feels like you're kind of just going with the flow. So if you see or if you are around Aquarius and you see that they're stagnant, not necessarily stagnant, but they're just not out and about like they usually are. They're not you're not really tapping into your creative juices. You're not really letting things flow abundantly. And that is the energy that you're putting out to the world right now. I don't know why okay, let me take that back. You're trying to regain your power. Now that I'm looking at this, and this is the Empress, but it's in reverse. I feel like you're really trying to take back your power. You want people to know who you are. Yes, I was nice to you. Yes, I was very giving. I'm altruistic. I am a person that is very generous. I think about my friends. I try to put people on. But in this season, I'm just gonna look out for me because y'all just a little slow. Y'all don't know what you have until it's gone. So if you notice Aquarius in the season is being more selfish than you ever seen them, or they're not really talking to you, they're not communicating with you, it's because they're keeping all their creativity, all their abundance to themselves. And but I feel like it's kind of right for a lot of them because in your highest vibration Aquarius, you're the water bearer. So you just give and give and give and give. And a lot of people just take advantage of that. But in this season, I feel like you're just like, nope, I'm not gonna share my gift with you, not my creativity, not my abundance, and not any action with you. I'm just gonna keep it all for me. And when it's time, when I feel like it, I'll give it to you. I'm not being selfish, I'm not being stingy, but I'm just in this season, I'm putting me first. Let me get out another energy for this. I want to get out one more energy for the actual light energy that they're presenting or energy that you might see your Aquarius in. Okay, so again, they so the happiness is in reverse. I feel like Aquarius in this energy is content. And so perhaps they are keeping a lot of their abundance and ideas to themselves because they want to find their own happiness. They've made a lot of people happy, or you as an Aquarius made a lot of people happy. You probably sacrificed your dreams for others. You sacrificed what you wanted, your wishes. Maybe you wanted a brand new house or a newer car or a newer job or a newer situation, but you thought about what was best for others and you allowed that situation to dictate how you were living your life. Like you kind of overplayed your hand with other people and it's just not appreciated, or those people are now on their feet and you're just like, look, I'm looking out for me. So if you notice that an Aquarius is just kind of quiet, when Aquarius starts to get quiet, when they start to pull back, just know they're coming out with something even bigger and better. And I feel like this is in your energy. You made a lot of dreams and wishes come true for other people. You've gone without for those people, and now you are ready to do for yourself. And so it is not selfish for you to pop out and have everything that you wanted because you're the one that's working for it anyway. So just, you might as well get it done. And these other people, whether they say thank you or whether they pretend like they're happy to have you, right now that's just not enough because you don't feel like you're getting what you've worked for. Like you've probably financially, maybe you have a lot of money or have a lot of investments, but you've given those away and now you want to cash those in for yourself, not just for other people. So that's not necessarily selfish. I feel like in this energy, you have taken care of a lot of people. You've looked out for a lot of people, whether it's been spiritually, financially, using your own time, your own resources. And you're just like, no, now it's about me. And that is perfectly fine, Aquarius. Don't let anybody make you feel guilty for that. Let's see, shadow energy. There's a lot in this shadow energy. So in the shadow energy, so I this has to me a lot to do with finances for you Aquarius. I almost get this feeling that like there's an energy like I almost lost all my bread. That's the song that comes to mind. Like because I was bailing people out and keeping a roof over their head. I don't know why that song is coming to mind in me, but that's what I feel in this energy. So in the shadow energy is like my security was shaken, my ability to be prosperous was shaken, and it shouldn't be because I've worked so hard. Why am I the only one not reaping from this? And then the traditions that you were accustomed to, you kind of put those to the side, and now you're looking back on that. So in your shadow energy, I feel like you're reflecting on everything that you did and why you are in a situation that you are in right now. I'm just going to take the energy as it flows. So you are no longer trying to uphold certain traditions. Like you are no longer to listen to a person that you probably even thought was wise at one time because they don't know you, they don't know your situation. And Aquariuses do have a tendency to figure out their own stuff. Like yes, you can give them advice, but they don't necessarily need you because they've already analyzed and researched the situation and they come to you just to talk to you about it. And sometimes people can talk you out of situations, Aquarius. And I feel like in this energy, they probably have. And you've learned from that experience that whoever this wise counsel or this person that you thought was a confident, that person is no good for you in your situation. And it's not saying anything bad toward them. So I feel like you're kind of taking back your energy as well. So if you notice Aquarius is not around, they're not hanging out, they're not calling you, they're not texting you, it's because they're tightening up everything in their inner circle for themselves. Like Aquariuses can make it by themselves. They are truly a sign of independence. And so if they let you depend on them or if they talk to you every day, that is huge for them that they let you in their world. But I feel like whoever was in your world with this energy, they was throwing you off. They were messing you up. The Chariot. So you are focused on victory. Like you're trying to get that willpower back because, as with any attachment, if you let somebody, you know, if you let somebody kind of cling on to you or you give them your energy, your space and your time, yes, when they leave there's a void there. So in this shadow energy you're trying to build up your willpower, you're trying to be successful, like as successful as you were or if not more successful, because like I said, I get a feeling that you overplayed your hand in a situation and it really didn't dawn on you until it was too late. Shadow energy again. All these cards fell out. This is why I'm reading them. So you are now making choices. You're not over analyzing anymore. You're not procrastinating. You're getting out there. You're doing your thing. So like the victory might be delayed right now and people might be saying, they might be laughing and talking about you, but just know that you cannot hold an Aquarius back. They will get back on their feet. But I feel like in this light energy, it's really showing that you've given too much. You've done enough for the ungrateful. You've helped people. You put them in a better position, and it could have been at the cost of your own situation. But now you are retreating. You're going back. You're going back to that expert counsel, which is you. You're getting rid of people that think they know your situation better than you are. And you're just going to do your thing from now. Let me see what the energy is coming up for as to what ultimately judgment. So there's going to be things in your life, Aquarius. There's going to be some major changes, and it could be even a legal change, but I feel like more or less it's a change like of how you're seeing yourself and how you're seeing other people. But I feel like you're going to be cutting some people off, it's just like cold turkey. It's the cut is going to be so like swift that they're going to think that you have a disorder or some type of they're going to think you are somebody you're not, but really you have thought about this situation, you could have explained it to that person and they don't understand, they took you for granted because you are very giving and very nice, very generous, very accommodating, but you've said how you feel several times and that person didn't understand that or they didn't take you seriously, so now you're really going to cut them out. And when Aquarius has cut you off, you really think that you dealing with somebody with a personality disorder, but really they've already said what they were going to do and you didn't listen. Let me see. Yep, so I see healing, Aquarius. I see victory for you as well. I see you not being committed anymore. You're not trying to be tied down. If you have a friend, it could be a friend or a person that you have a romantic interest in. Before, you could have given everything to your romantic interest. Now you're like, okay, maybe I'll date multiple people. Before, you could have had a friend that you talk to every day. Now you're just like, no, now I have 10 friends. It is what it is. And it didn't just come on for you, it was really something that took place that was deep. And you really put that energy out that you wanted more or you needed more, but whoever was in this energy with you didn't believe you. So you're no longer trying to be balanced with your friends and create harmony. You're going to do you. And I see a lot of abundance here for you, Aquarius, like material abundance, wealth, luxury, taking trips. Oh, you might even live a more private life too. Okay, you got options here. Uh oh. That love tank, like you're not trying to fill it up. Uh oh. Oh, and you might be connecting with somebody from the past or somebody that you haven't connected with since you've been young. Ooh, Aquarius. There's a love coming your way too. How funny. When you least expect it, when you start cutting everybody out, somebody's coming your way. We'll get more into that in another time. But Aquarius, I see love for you. And it could be somebody from your past. So just know that. Just know it's somebody you least expect. You're doing your own thing, and this person's going to pop up like, hey. And I don't know if you're going to fall for it, but yeah, they're coming. Okay, I think Virgo is the only one that I didn't do. So I'm sorry, Virgo, because my other video I didn't realize that you were not in there because you're not in the deck. Where's my Virgo? Now you gotta give me 1 minute, please. Uh, that's amazing. All right. All right, Virgo. I don't have anything with Virgo on it. That is, look, I have all these decks and I don't have Virgo. Like, this is tons. But we're gonna just do it off the dome. How about that? Let's go, Virgo. I told you, Virgos be trying to block their energy from me. I'll get into your energy, please. Please. We will tap in. You can't hide it from me. Yeah, Divine got a message for Virgo. I also have to acknowledge that I did not give you a message the other day. So whatever comes out, I'm just going to go with it. Oh, it's going to be an hour. Well, it's not at the hour yet, though. All right, let's go. There you go. So Virgo, you are in an era of being brilliant. You kind of being humorous too, telling little jokey jokes and stuff. But this is so fitting. This purple, this royalty feeling. So if you see a Virgo and you're around a Virgo, just know that they're in an energy that they actually know what they're talking about. They have experience. They are educated in this situation and they can bring a little humor to it as well. You see how this person is holding a sword? Don't cross them. Do not cross them because they're ready for you. So we can laugh, we can kiki, we can haha, but tread light because the sword can easily, it's matching my outfit right now, but could easily cut up too. So I feel like you're in that energy. Like this could go either way. Whatever you want. What's that? There's a song. Oh, I can't even think about it now. But it's like, I'm on whatever you on. Like if we can laugh, we could talk, we could, talk about our experiences, or we can do what we have to do. So this is the energy Virgo is representing right now. Okay. Also, this energy came out, and so it says like you're kind of slowing down, like you're not really multitasking, you're just kind of focused. I feel like there's something under here, Virgo, that you could be focused on, someone razor sharp. You have cut off a lot of activities just to put your attention to this one situation. And why is that, Virgo? So hold on 1 minute, please, for Virgo. like I said, it's going to be an impromptu. The Virgo's energy right now is they're happy, they're lighthearted, they're experienced, they're speaking from experience. They have a lot of education in regards to the matter, but they also won't hesitate to cut you here. And they have slowed down a lot. Usually Virgos, they can multitask. They're really good at looking at small details and getting things done. But here, you're just like, okay, I'm on whatever you're on. I'll slow it down. I'll laugh. I'll joke with you. But I'm watching you as well. Tell me what Virgo needs to know for this week, light shadow energy. So the World card did come out in reverse. So things are kind of being turned upside down. And like I said, you are speaking from a place of experience. So you could be the person that's helping things turn upside down. Like you're like, I'm ready to turn up. You know, outside on this exterior, I seem calm, but I'm always ready to turn up. Emotions are flaring here. So you have a Queen of Cups energy that came out in reverse. Emotions are flaring. There's maybe some manipulation going on around you. There is drama. There is words. There is people that are speaking from their soul. Maybe it's even you that's telling your truth. You're going in. What else is here? So I see an energy of somebody is trying to question your greatness, Virgo, with this Emperor's energy. You could be around an Aries, doesn't have to be, but certainly somebody's trying to question your greatness. They're trying to hold you back. They're trying to block you. And I feel like you're playing it cool, but like I said, if they want a problem, they now have a problem with you, but you're not looking for a problem. But if there's going to be a problem, then you'll handle it. So the energy here is somebody is really trying to gain control or power over you, maybe even try to manipulate you or manipulate a situation with you, and you're just not having it. You're too brilliant. You're too experienced and seasoned in this situation. Okay, I see an Ace of Swords and an Ace of Pentacles. So there has been some lies going on, and you are gaining clarity. Like you are cutting out whatever lie has gone on, and with the Ace of Pentacles in upright, you're offering them the truth. You're offering a truth to a situation. Like, look, this is how it really happened. This is really what's going on. Don't let this person lie to you. So it's very significant here that the Ace of Swords, the sword came down, and you have a sword as well that you're holding down right here too. So this tells me that you're cutting out all the bullshit. Whatever was muddy, it is now clear. Whatever people have not said, you are saying. You are going there. Like I said, this in this season, Virgo looks very polished, very demure. But if you want a problem with them, you now have a problem. Okay, so let's get into the shadow energy that you might not see. Like I said, Virgos usually have a lot of things going on in their life, but they're like, shit, I'm making time for this. Like, so test me now. Okay, the shadow energy is the unfortunate thing about this when you kind of deal with the Virgo and there's issues and you're trying to argue with the Virgo, you're probably never going to win. So in the shadow energy, there is no endings. There is no freedom from this and there's no recovering. Notice all the swords in the energy. There is a lot of wordplay, a lot of back and forth. So here, just know if you want a problem with a Virgo, you now have a problem with a Virgo and you will be entangled in this problem with the Virgo until they feel like they're done with this issue. So right now, there's no endings. There is no rest. There's no peace. There's no recovery, and there's no freedom. So just tread light and know, just know, do you really want this problem? So let me see the energy that's coming up for you, Virgo. Like I said, this is twofold because I left you out of my last video, and I didn't mean to. I do apologize. What is the future energy for Virgo? What do they need to know? Any advice for them? Stay focused. Eight of Pentacles. Stay focused on building and mastering a skill. Don't let this situation take you too far off. And I feel like you're not letting it take you too far off. So if you're one of those people, you're like, yeah, I already know what I'm doing. Continue to do that. Like the universe is blessing you with that. And I feel like there's going to be opportunities coming with you, financial opportunities as well, or opportunities to meet new people or benefit through a situation. So definitely keep yourself focused like you are. And then if somebody comes for you, like literally cut their head off with your swords. So, and that's it. So that's all the signs. That's what I have for you. I'm out of here. Thank you for watching. Bye.